Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome y'all out to Let's Get Cozy. I'm the host, the Grand Man, and today we're going to be talking about Black Business Part 2. The topic was so heated and so engaging last time. We wanted to make sure that we got an opportunity to bring it back so we can address some issues that you guys may have. And also, we're going to have a panel of Black business owners in the Central Texas area who's going to share their thoughts and concerns and things of that nature with us. Can't do it by myself. Y'all know I got a wonderful panel with us. It's here as always to my right. I got Rip. Rip, so how you doing today, man?
Hey, what's going on? How is everybody out there? You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Black-owned businesses. Y'all keep up the good work. Microphone.
Oh, yeah, you got your mic, man.
I got Rip. So how you doing today, man?
They heard me.
They heard you?
Yeah.
No, you got to tell them again. Everybody didn't hear you.
Hey, welcome everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my bad. I was looking at something, so I apologize. I didn't have my mic. But big ups to Black business. Y'all keep doing what y'all do. Ready for a good show.
All right, and I got my girl A Cash who has that I need a drink face look to get going. We're going to start the show. What's going on? Hey, Cash, how you doing?
Hey, y'all. Happy to have y'all back and actually running this one back again. So I look forward to a good show.
All right. Miss Peaches, you ready today?
I am.
Okay, well, we're going to have a little bit more from Miss Peaches in just a few seconds. And on the end, last but definitely not least, my man Bogus. Bogus, welcome back, man. You ready to get it in again?
Ready to get it in.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, we're going to start the show off, man. There's been a myriad of hot topics that's been taking place, and we're going to let Miss Peaches kick it off with the hot topics. What you got, girl?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your girl, Miss Peaches, over here with the Peach Hot Tea for today. One of the topics that we'd like to discuss is Mr. Lil Baby, the rapper, and his baby mama with the $6,000 porn star trick bill. And the baby mama also stated that she was a little upset behind the $2,000 that he gives her, which is supposed to stretch for the entire month. So I don't know what y'all take about that.
$6,000 a month.
$6,000. No, he gives her $2,000, but he paid the trick bill for $6,000 with Miss London, the known porn star.
Well, I mean, if he makes the money, and he's paying his obligation, why can't he trick a little bit? It ain't tricking if you got it, right?
I mean, that's what they say. So is she mad because he paid off $6,000 and she only get 2 stacks a month?
That's what
it's 12
that's
months.
what the argument is.
It's 12 months in a year, so at the end of the year, that's what, 24,000?
Yeah, so he's not tricking $6,000 a month.
Nah, just
we don't know that.
Okay.
Ain't nobody else came forward yet. But we know that there's some piping hot tea, so y'all stay tuned, okay? So the next, moving on right along, we're gonna give a shout out to old Trader Truth down in Houston, Texas, hot off the Houston Press Chronicle. He was able to strike a deal with the sheriff's office with Mr. Ed Gonzalez to have the loved ones whose family members have passed away, so he went ahead and spoke to them, he spoke to them, struck a deal, so going forward they will have all inmates in Harris County to be able to participate by Zoom with funeral services. And so far there has been 20 services that people were able to attend. So shout out to the boy Trey Truth down there in Houston, Texas. Moving right along with the next topic, we are going to discuss Mr. Mo 3. So apparently they have picked up Mr. Mo 3's killer, who was seen running down the highway with the tight jeans on, behind his ass, with the ski mask on. So, we knew he was going to get caught sooner or later. But again,
he got caught with a ski mask on?
Got caught. No, he didn't get caught with the ski mask on. You know what? He might have.
I was still trying to figure out how he running down the highway with some tight jeans on. That's okay.
Yeah. So, but in other news, old Breonna killers are still loose. So that's old Peaches with the hot topic on the hot tea today. So y'all stay tuned. Looking forward to talking to y'all tonight. Let's get it.
All right, we're gonna dive right back into the subject of our topic tonight, which is Black Business Part 2. Last week we posted a poll question on our site, and what we wanted to do, I wanted to get with all of you guys to kind of go over the poll question and get your opinion on it, and let's kind of prepare the table so when we have our panel come up with Black businesses, they can address it. A microphone on? Okay, what about this one? Does that work better? We good? Okay. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Black businesses, and we're going to talk about the poll question that we had on last week. And I'm going to get each one of my panelists kind of discuss it, give their input, kind of set the table for our Central Texas business leaders to come forth and give us their input from a business owner standpoint as we kind of dive in to talk about it from the consumer aspect as well. So, Rip, are black-owned businesses expected to do more for less than their non-black counterparts?
When we say expected, I don't necessarily think they're expected, but I think they're kind of like kind of forced. And what I mean by forced is like sometimes I think, and Mr. Ford was mentioning it a while ago. Sometimes you might have some of us that come in who might be a little short or whatever on said bill, and they expect the black business owner to give them that pass because you my brother, you my skin folk. But in all totality of circumstances, that's not good in the end because we still got bills to pay as that business. You know what I'm saying? We still
what if is there a difference between a regular and somebody who just coming in? So say for example, if I patronize your business, and then I know things ain't right, then I come to you because I understand you're a black business. You're supposed to support the community. Is there a difference in that by being a regular patron versus somebody who just coming in to try to get the hookup because they're a black business?
Well, I mean, I think depending on who the person is, I think there shouldn't be a difference. Like I mentioned last week, a black business should be respected as a business first and foremost. I mean, just because it is black owned, you should respect it that much more. But first and foremost, you should respect that as a business. So, I mean, I do think like, some of our people do go into black-owned businesses, and we expect them to bend their rules or to, cater to us because we are, of brethren. But at the same time, those people do have, bills to pay. They do have things to take care of. So it shouldn't be expected, and it shouldn't be forced upon the business owner to be able to, have to cater to their customers in a certain way that they wouldn't cater to another demographic or another certain demographic, so to speak.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to put that out there and put it, kind of park parenthetically right there. Say that for when the panelists come up with the Central Texas Black Businesses. A Cash, question for you. Do you feel black people are culturally obligated to support black-owned businesses?
So according to the polls, 40% answered yes to this question and 60% answered no. Culturally, I don't think that we're obligated, but I do feel like culturally sometimes you feel pressured to do so. As I stated, I believe in the previous segment on this subject, I like quality. And so if a black-owned business doesn't offer what I like and what I want, I'm not going to support it just to say that I supported a black-owned business. That's me personally. But do I feel like the culture kind of jacks you up a little bit for not supporting black businesses? I do.
Well, what about the whole thing? It said, we do it for the culture. We're doing it for the culture. And then now we don't feel, when it's time to support, like when it's time to clown, we're going to put on the song, we're going to dance, we're doing it for the culture. But when it's time to support with our dollars, because if you remember last week, one of the things I said, to whom you give your money is to whom you give your power. We say that, but when it comes to, do you see the disconnect there?
I do see the disconnect, but I also don't think that we should beat people over the head for their choices. I think it's about education, and I think we need to continue to strive to educate about the black dollar.
Okay, and we're going to do that in just a few minutes. Before we do, this is still part of our poll questions that we put out last week where we gave you guys some options and stuff. So I just kind of want to get the final point of view before we go any further because we didn't get an opportunity to do that last week. Peaches, do you believe that black-owned businesses have poor customer services? According to I want to take your opinion and then go to the polls to get the opinion on that as well. And I'll repeat that again, and I'm going to give you the mic. Do you believe that black-owned businesses have poor customer service?
I don't feel like all black-owned businesses have poor customer service. I've shopped with a lot of black people that are successful and have very good customer service. So not all, maybe some, but that comes from longevity as well. So you do have to when you first start out, it might be some kinks in it. It's day-to-day learning, things that occur. It's just different situations for everything, each and every day.
What did the poll? Does everybody have a poll?
71% said that they believe they do. 29% said most. So that's what the poll stated.
So you saying it's 79%? 71% of the people who we polled believe that black businesses have poor customer service.
That's what was stated by the poll.
Say that again?
Few black people. Okay. My bad.
Okay.
Most.
And this is what when you have an opportunity to speak with owner of black businesses, and we're going to be doing that in just a few minutes, I want to get their input because these are some of the things that affect their business as well. Vargas, on to you. Do black customers expect discounts or lower prices from black-owned businesses? According to the poll, and then I want to get your opinion.
According to the poll, 65% says yes and 35% says no. So, hell yeah, Black folks want a deal. They want a discount, but a lot of people want discounts.
It ain't just black folks. A lot of people want discounts.
You know, I mean, especially if you cheat.
Okay, well let me see if I can make this plain, because I'm just throwing this out there, playing devil's advocate. Okay, last week, I don't remember the day, but it was a particular store who had this candle sale. Right? Hold on. Watch me now.
I got you.
And I was clueless of what was going on. I mean, I just know everybody talking about candles. If I want a candle, I just go buy the candle. I had no idea. But, you know, you can blame that on my 6-year vacation.
It's a special kind.
Yeah, you know, I'll talk about that later. But these candles are originally priced at $19 to $20. Am I right? Using my 24?
$24.50.
Okay, $24 for a candle. Right? So all of a sudden these candles are what? $5? No. 10.
Yes.
So they took $15 off a candle and everybody went crazy. Think about it, right?
That's a discount.
Right, but why don't we walk in there the other 364 days out the year trying to get that same discount? Because if that was a black-owned business and they did it that one day, well, man, you can't do it for me today? But we won't dare walk into that candle store where they sell other stuff and do it. So I'm just trying to see. I mean, well, give me your input. What do you think?
Yeah, but you gotta consider the source too.
I'm a frequent shopper at Bath and Body Works.
What you say,
You
Will?
gotta consider the source. Like, I mean, like, if you're not gainfully employed and you can't afford to go buy candles any other time, then you shouldn't be trying to go get them on their own.
They trying to get them high-ass candles anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you got to know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not Percy. It ain't no limit. It's
A lot of people,
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of people make purchases just to say that they purchased it, just to be in the.
I be damned.
The way they trying to serve.
I ain't never bought a pair of Jordans in my life.
Say, man, we not gonna even go there.
I'm just saying.
This dude always. What's up, man?
I want to give y'all some statistics about the black dollar, because a lot of people, we don't believe it, but the black dollar is very powerful. All right. Now I'm going to read a report, and this is reported by the Black Wealth Channel. You can check them out, www.moneymaven.lo. Okay. Currently, and I'm going to read this because I want to make sure I get it right. Currently, a dollar circulates in the Asian communities for a month. Okay. In the Jewish community, approximately 20 days, and in white communities, 17 days. Now, before I give y'all the answer, y'all probably already looked at your notes, but I'm gonna just throw it out there hypothetically. How long does a dollar circulate in the black community? Now, I'm gonna give y'all this again. In the Asian community, it's a month. The Jewish community is 20 days, and the white community is 17 days. How many days do you think? Just off the top of the dome, do you think it circulates in the black community? A week, okay. A cash said a week. What you say? Without looking at the notes.
Without looking at the notes, I would just say 24 hours.
24 hours. Okay, 1 day, 1 week.
Yeah, I'm agree with Real one day.
Between 1 day and a week.
Okay, how about this? All of y'all are wrong.
Okay.
The black dollar is out of the black community within 6 hours.
God damn.
6 hours. We take our money, we go to Gucci, Fendi, the candle store, Macy's, Dillard's, everything else but stuff that we don't own.
But does that include like utilities and, you know what I'm saying, rent and mortgage as well?
Okay,
Because
insurance.
that's, yeah.
Insurance.
Well, I mean, are there any black-owned underwriting insurance out there? I mean, are we talking? Because I know there's some black insurance agents.
I have a black
Okay, well,
insurance agent.
agent, it's different because he still got to pay the underwriter.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Some insurance
It's
brokers.
still black. He's still
Okay, I mean, these are questions. So when you look at that, but hold on. Listen to this. African American, that's black, that's us. Buying power is at $1.1 trillion, and yet only 2 cents of every dollar an African American spends in this country goes back to black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
Think about that, how we disenfranchise ourselves.
Well, I mean, yeah, you say we disenfranchise ourselves.
I mean, yeah.
The disenfranchising was done a long time ago. We've yet to snap out of it because, like, it's a deeper seated rooted issue to that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, I mean, the fact that another brother want to look better than another brother, it comes from a mindset that was, you know what I'm saying, whipped us into us a long time ago, man. So, like I say, But that's for another subject. We got
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. So do you feel like it's a mindset that we have to teach ours now to do it, or we just gonna be oblivious to the fact to say, okay, it's embedded into us, and that's what's been happening?
Yeah. I mean, just because I stated the obvious doesn't mean the obvious shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, done the opposite of. Like, it was embedded in us, so to speak, but it does need to be corrected. I mean, starting with this generation, future generations, and so on. But the only way to know how to do better is to know how to do better. So we got to learn a new way.
In just a few minutes, we're gonna bring the panel on for Black-owned business. But before I do, because we're gonna take a break in a minute, and we're gonna switch them out, let them come in, and I'm gonna have my panel back. But I want to ask y'all this: what do you think? So when they come on, what do you think the biggest challenge is? Vargas, I'm gonna start with you for a Black-owned business owner.
I mean, making sure you have what people want. Can't go out there and have a business and that business is not what people want around here. That's one thing. It's a lot more than that.
Okay, Peaches.
I'm with buy this product. You gotta have what you're selling, and you gotta have quality to it. Nobody wants to pay something that we feel that's overpriced. Again, I said this last week. If it has threads coming out of it and you want $40 for it, or $60, I'm gonna say $60. If you want $60 for something that got some threads coming out of it, that's a no.
I think the biggest challenge for Black-owned businesses and their owners is finances. Finances.
Or lack of finances?
Lack of finances, let me put it like that. Lack of finances.
And what do you contribute that to? Or what would you contribute the finances to because they don't have them? Like, are you saying like they don't have the money to be in business?
The startup money, the money to do everything that they want to do initially, and it just kind of goes back to what Rip says, and we could go a little bit deeper in that. The disproportion with the funds available to Black businesses. I think lack of funds and finances and those resources play a part in the Black-owned businesses as well.
Okay, Rip?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think it's a totality of things. I mean, it has to do with financial. It has to do with also literacy, financial literacy, understanding how to run a business from the get-go.
Working them numbers.
Like, I mean, if you made $200 that day, but you spent $500 on product, you really took a loss. You know what I'm saying? So, but I made $200. So, I mean, they go back to not going to high school math class, math the money, because they taught that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to knock anybody, but I'm just saying, like, I think, and like some of our panelists, they understand how business works. So I think it's umbrella things, understanding and finances, and also your fellow African American constituents. We have to respect one another.
I'm going to say this because I'm on the panel and I'm also a Black business owner. Okay, and I know one of the challenges. I'm throwing this out there to kind of hook, so we can come back later on and then we'll bring the panelists in. When I first started, my whole thing was to get what I needed to open. I just wanted to open. I didn't think past open. I didn't think that once I run out of this, I need to have some working capital to be able to replenish it. I'm thinking, I make this, I make money, survive, and take care of my family. Okay? That's what I thought. So I think, and then too, and I'm not just saying this because I'm in business now, but advertising. We feel like because we open our doors, people automatically come. I want to business goes where it's invited. And when you have to invite people to your business, McDonald's is probably one of the biggest corporations out there. And guess what they do 24/7, 365? They advertise. Period. Everybody know about McDonald's. Everybody know they got about 5 combo meals. That's all you gonna get. That's it. But guess what they continually do? They advertise. Then every 6 months they bring that hot dog rib thing back.
Not too much on
going together. So those are some of the things that that I want to touch on, being able to do that. So
another thing, Rocky is going to tell us why that's not a loss. Rip said it's a loss, but Rocky's going to tell us why it's not a loss.
Well, what you talking about?
Talking about taxes.
After break, guys. After break.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with our guest panelists, Central Texas business leaders, and we'll talk more about the discussion of Black business. Y'all want to call in 254-3041. We'll be right back with Let's Get Cozy. Are we live? Okay, we're back on. Welcome back to y'all. Let's Get Cozy, man. And I am honored, privileged to be able to have 4 Central Texas black-owned business owners in our studio with us today to kind of give us an input from their perspective. Because before they were business owners, they were consumers, and I know they can give us some good input, some logic, and some of the things that we need to be able to. To my left, I have business owner Eric Forward. I know he has a distribution business, and he's also in the real estate business as well. And we have Adrian right here. She is a established home builder from the ground up, new construction, all that. And to my right, we have Bobby Touchstone. Bobby Touchstone is in the restaurant business, and just because I know he's been doing restaurants all his life, and because last but definitely not least, and let me look at my. I have Sharonda over here, and Sharonda's a hairstylist with exposed hair and lash lounge as well. You guys, welcome to the show. How y'all doing? Okay, so are we missing some microphones? Okay, we'll get that. So we're gonna start over here with you guys. We were talking earlier, Mr. Touchstone, about some of the challenges of black-owned businesses. And what I want to do, I want to go right to the poll questions, and I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to do it, and I'm going to make sure you guys have sound to do it. But one of the poll questions was, are black-owned businesses expected to do more? So as a business owner, do you feel obligated or pressured that you have to do more in order to keep your business afloat?
One of the things I think a black-owned, a business owner who happens to be black, I think we have to be adaptable. You know, we have to be adaptable to our customer base. But in saying that, you know, I'm a businessman. I don't necessarily build my business for a particular demographic. I want anybody who come in there with that green money. I don't care what color you are. When you come in my business, I'm gonna make sure my business is nice and clean. I'm gonna provide you a good quality product. At the end of the day, you know, everybody's business is different, so you know, you do what you need to do to survive.
Okay, Adrian, same question.
So the question is, do we have to do more?
Do you feel like obligated or pressured to do more?
No, I don't feel like we have to do more. I feel like it's very difficult for us to even be even, because we start from ground zero. So you know, you can't compare a mom and pop business to a franchise business, and sometimes we'll get caught up in comparing mom and pop businesses to a franchise business. So I feel like from a consumer base or standpoint, we need to be more giving and understanding and compassionate, and just know that we are trying our best, but you cannot expect us to be equal.
Okay,
it's not a fair playing field. It's not a level playing field all the time.
And because we do have these business owners, I want consumers who may patronize or may wish to patronize or thinking about patronizing any of these types of businesses in general, not necessarily maybe the ones that they own. I want y'all to have an opportunity briefly, because we do have a lot to show today, but I want y'all to have an opportunity to call in 254-229-3041. Ms. Sharonda, it seems like your business, being in the hair business, is kind of plentiful. I mean, it seems like you go and everybody do hair.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody do hair. Everybody now, I don't even know the word, but it's a word that make them sound more professional when they do lashes. What's that called?
Lash tech.
Yeah, what's the thing that
Esthetician.
Yeah.
That's different.
Okay, what does that explain?
Esthetician does everything.
Take the mic so we can hear you, please.
An esthetician does skin, lashes, waxing.
Right.
They do everything.
Okay.
And more people are doing that, but you got to know what you're good at.
Okay.
You got to do what you're good at, and you got to capitalize on what you're good at.
So what do you think separates, I mean, and I'm going to do this, per business. What do you think separates one hair stylist or hair salon from another? I mean, because at the end of the day, if I got $50 and I need my hair done, I mean, I pay $50. I mean, do you have to charge that price? Well, you go to 7-8 different places, they charge $50. I mean, what makes it different for you?
It depends on what you're looking for. For me, I've been in it.
They looking to get their hair done.
26 years.
Mm-hmm.
So for the older people that's been doing hair, we know how to refer customers to somebody else. We don't have a problem with sharing where else you can go. we're not intimidated by somebody else doing hair.
Mm-hmm.
The older generation is a group. We got each other's number on speed dial. Whereas this new generation, they're in competition.
Well, I mean, I've been around Central Texas for a long time, and I think you're probably not in competition now because you're more mature in business. But if you look back then they were in competition as well. So I don't want to use that as a kind of a scapegoat or cop out. But I really want to dive in. What is hard, and Mr. Ford, I'm going to start with you. What is hard about running a black business, period? I mean, what are the challenges you face from a business owner to your consumers, and then some of the complaints or things that you might not do? Because I'm gonna let you say what you guys say, then I'm gonna throw some things out there.
I mean, well, first of all, it goes back to being able to get into business. That's the hardest part.
All you gotta do is get a business card. You're in business.
No.
Oh, okay. Wait, enlighten me.
Well, the kind of business that we always, I guess in our mind that we want is a franchise type business, and one that is making enough income to support your family, to go on trips, yada yada yada. We have to do business plans. A lot of us don't know anything about a business plan. We have to have correct credit. A lot of people don't know nothing about credit. We have to have the number one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that our debt to ratio got to be right. Debt to ratio is DTI. You hear
what that mean?
It means your debt to ratio.
I don't know nothing but you talking about.
All right, well, I'm just I'm explaining.
This sounds like Chinese algebra right now.
It's real simple. It's like what the banks look at is that if you make $1,000, they want you only be.
Okay, stop right there. I'm not on that level right now. I'm just trying to get my little thing going. I'm just trying to get started right now, and when I start making some money, then I might be able to come see you and see what you're talking about. But right now, man, I'm just doing this little thing right here, man. You know, we're trying to get a couple dollars.
But that's the stigma that they put on black people, meaning that your business is not run right. You know, we're not opening up on time because you don't understand what it takes to do a business right. And it goes back to what I said a while ago, is that you gotta have the proper etiquette in knowing how to start a business from the start. So if you just want to jump in and do something, well, yeah, you're gonna be Ray passing out cards, and you might get a customer, might not. So I mean, yeah, I mean that can happen. And fail. And then we blame it on each other when in reality it goes back. But a lot of this stuff, in reality, if we really think about it, everything stems back from how we were raised. Because we got a group of people on this panel, but I guarantee you all of us can appreciate each other for what we do because we have a certain level of respect, because we know what it took for you to get there.
Right.
But if you wasn't taught how to be respectful of other stuff, or if you wasn't taught how to eat all your food and vegetables, to know what it feels like that you got to accomplish a goal in front of you. If you wasn't taught these things, how can you relate to a lot of stuff that we relate to?
Okay. Go ahead.
I think for most black-owned businesses,
Microphone.
I think most black-owned businesses, or first business anyway, most of those are self-financed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right, that's what I was saying. But you don't have any operating capital.
That's right.
So, I mean, one of the most important things when you self-finance is you better know how to grow that business, when to move from one place to the next. You know, you got to know what works. If something ain't working for you, you better know when to shut it down.
Well, how do you self-finance when, okay, say for example, and you're in a restaurant business, and I got a real good question for you after this. How do you self-finance when you know it costs you first and last month rent to get your building, right? Because I'm thinking of 20 years ago when I first started, okay? First and last month rent to open a business, right? All I need to do, I'm going to call the people who sell the food, I'm going to open up a restaurant, and how much this costs? Okay, well, I can get up my first order of food for about $600. Right? I'm just throwing easy math out there. My first last month rent is $1,000. So that's $1,600. It used to be a restaurant already, so we're just gonna clean it up. Right? I can go down to the banner store over here and get a banner, and I can put that up for $50. So
That's the wrong approach.
hold on, but this is what we're doing. So how do we get out of mindset? Because right now,
But that's not what we're doing, Squeak.
no, that's what some people. No, you didn't do it, but this is what happens in business. I'm not saying necessarily you. I know one of the routes you did. You put a business plan together. I remember you bought a store. You did real estate. You did some things that were unprecedented for a black business owner. I understand, but that's what you're one out of 1,000.
So it's the question.
The question is,
why do we keep taking that approach?
why? Yes, and how do we get out of it from taking that approach?
If you don't have a business plan,
you plan to fail.
You're planning to fail. Whether you self-financing or you going to the bank for the money.
I get that. I get it.
You're saying, how do we change?
We know that. You've been in business how long?
20-something years.
Okay, how long you been in
About
business?
20 years.
Okay, 20 plus for me.
20 plus for me.
26 over here. So we know that. So we speaking to young black people and people who are whatever. I mean, because I'm telling you how I started. I started the way I'm calculating this right here. This is how I started. Because
So what's your question?
my question is, how do you get out of that stigma, and how do we separate those black? Because at the end of the day, it's still a black business. That's open.
Somebody earlier said educate. Two things
Okay.
for me.
All right.
My opinion. Education. Number one, you have to be open to learning. And one of our problems as a people is, we've all heard this, can't nobody tell us nothing.
Right.
So you have to be open to learning. Even when you get old and gray like us, there are still things to learn. You have to be open to learning, and then we have to educate each other on how to do things. You know, you can't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I got a great idea, I want to be a t-shirt person, or whatever you call it, clothing design. So you can't just wake up one day. So
But isn't that how it started?
the idea, that's the idea, but you can't just wake up one day and have that idea and then go out tomorrow and start executing that.
But then when you come tell me that, then you hating.
Well, that's just a mindset we have to change then.
I'm just, y'all, I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but y'all are looking at me like I'm crazy. This is what actually happened. Am I right or wrong? I know.
That's mentorship we have to do. That's again, you have to have an open mind. That's number one. And so if you don't have an open mind, it's not a whole lot anybody can do with you. But you do. But I'll speak for myself. I started researching in 1999. I bought my first property in 2003 with my earned income credit, which means that I wasn't making money, right?
Right.
So that was the start of what is now your
earned income credit. I mean, you got your little tax refund.
Correct. And
You had a couple kids. You made less than $20,000. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
That's correct. So that's my story, is a sacrifice. And then the other thing, and I'll say this, and one of you guys, y'all take over. We don't want to invest in ourselves. We want to go to the bank and have this great idea. And we want everybody to invest in our idea because we're us, because we can be full of ourselves sometimes. But we don't want to put the money, the finances, the diligence, the discipline in ourselves to give it 4 to 5 years. Because we talked about Gucci shoes earlier. I heard somebody say something about Jordans. Then I'm going to ask everybody in here in business, who owns their storefront? Because if you don't own your storefront, I don't care how long you've been in business, that's a problem.
Right, and before we go any further, I want to introduce, we have Rocky Miller. He's over here as a guest panelist. We appreciate you coming in. He's the owner of the Slow Burn.
Focus Cigar Lounge, Prosperity Tax Service, Prosperity Travel Group, and who knows what's next.
Okay, so you heard us talking. Question, comment, concern, or something?
Well, there's a couple things, right? One is, I believe in starting business where you are. And what that means is, if you have the requisite knowledge to operate in business, you don't need to wait on a bank. You don't need to wait on nobody. You start where you are. Scale your business. Again, I've had the fortunate opportunity to start my tax business with somebody on the panel here. Bobby Touchstone and Catherine were our business partners when we started Prosperity Tax Service. We started with the money we had in our front pocket, and we built our business from there. If we had to wait on a bank, wait on approval, wait to do this, we'd probably still be waiting, right? So again, I respect
you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself.
I respect what Adrian is saying, is that you want a certain level of professionalism when you're operating in business, but to be honest with you, what you really need is the knowledge and the want to and desire, and then everything else will take care of itself. Now, we're talking about the toughest thing about being black and in business. It's also the best thing about being black and in business, which means that in our tax business, we have customers from all walks of life. But the reason why starting a business changed the trajectory of my life
Mm-hmm.
is because black customers walked in our business and decided they were going to help me take care of our family.
Okay, stop right there. Before we go any further, we a lot of people watching, and somebody's on the line. 254-229-3041. You're live in the Cozy's Lounge. Who's this?
Hi, this is Valerie.
Hey, Valerie, question, comment, go ahead.
I want to make a comment about what Adrian is saying, what Adrian spoke on how we have an idea, black people love to get an idea to start a business, and we go into it with the mindset of we want to get rich and make money real fast, and we go into it unprepared and with no plan, like you said, and no desire to actually learn what we need to learn in order to invest in a business and make a business grow and be successful. So I'd like to discuss that, or have y'all discuss that as to why.
Okay, Valerie, thanks so much for your call. Adrian, she directed to you one of your comments concerned. Can you address that, please?
I just think some of it is, we don't have many entrepreneurs in the black community because we're taught, trained from birth, go work for somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's how we're trained. When we come out, we're trained to go work.
Amen.
We're not slaves anymore. We get paid for our labor now, but we're still trained to go work for somebody else. So
benefits.
So the fear is born in you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have people like these special people, these brilliant people on these panel, and yourself, and the lady that owns this business here, to go out and take a chance, take a risk, and do that, we have to pass that along. That's going to be very important. You ask, how do we change the mindset?
Mm-hmm.
Starts here. Starts with your children.
Go ahead.
And I was also going to ask that it's information too, because a lot of people don't know, back in 1997, the Democrat Party, President Clinton, he passed a bill that if anybody want to open up a business in a deprived area, they're going to finance 90% of the financing. And that's how I got my first business. I got my first business by I got $150,000 to open up Clifton's Corner, and I only had to come up with 10%. But check this out. The 10% didn't have to be money. I got some Iranian friends that I had. They gave me a couple of things that helped me out because I was good in the community, and I got started. But it all goes back to the information. I was talking to Touchstone a while ago. He said that the East Waco Bank, they're going to provide. They want to provide literacy for us to learn about financing, about how to manage money. But how many people actually go to the meetings?
Yeah, but how many people know? I mean, I'll give you a perfect example, and I'm gonna just say this. And shout out to the bank. I heard they're doing some awesome things in the community and for the community, right? And I'm not the end all be all, but I'm one of the only black-owned media companies in Central Texas. Right? They want to get the word out. I ain't heard from them.
They advertise with you?
No, they don't. I ain't heard from them. And not saying that they have to. There's other avenues as well. But
you went to them though.
Oh yeah, we have. They got 3 or 4 proposals.
All right. And so what happened?
They have, we're waiting. I mean, and I get that. Trust me, if anything open up, we own it. That's what we do.
Right.
But they haven't. So when you hear stuff like that about these banks and stuff, they say that stuff to be able to have an olive branch, but I can tell you firsthand, that particular bank, I ain't heard from them.
But Graham, see, on something like that.
No, I'm not personal, but I'm just giving you a little thing. Yeah.
I'm just, so hear me out on this. On something like that, getting the word out is more important than that. So on something like that, then we come collectively together and we say, Rocky started something, Feast in the East, which is beautiful. It's grown. It's a beautiful thing. So we say, we know black business is important. How do we groom these people coming up, not just to open business, but to be profitable, generational wealth, right? The black.
I just don't want them to get off the hook talking about they got all these literacy programs.
Banks have never.
They don't want us to know.
Banks have never come to us. When in our history has a bank come to any of us? It doesn't happen. So if we still want to get the information out, then we say today when we leave, we start a fund because you're in business to make money. So we start a fund to pay you to get the information, because getting the information out is way more important than the bank not coming to you.
Right, and on top of that, I mean, we would, if I think everybody on this panel know, from a community standpoint, if it's something for our community, and if y'all call me out if I'm not, if it's something that we need to be doing, I know Rocky came forward. I know you touched on, you work with Mr. C and stuff with our state. If it's some community-based feast and eats, man, we all over. I don't ask you for $1. Hey, man, come on, let's go do it.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, that's first.
I think one of the biggest keys, one of the things we have to realize is we have to build those relationships outside our neighborhoods, because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta build those relationships.
But hold on,
with those
because according to the stats, the money is right there in our neighborhood.
That's right.
$1.1 trillion. Now I know that probably ain't right here in Central Texas, but as a black community, we got a piece of it. So
how many black banks we have in the United States?
Come on, man. I can. What you want me to use?
I mean, that's a legitimate
four
question.
that I know of.
There's 4 black banks in the United States, right?
No,
and we spending $1.2 trillion. So we putting our money in a bank that's being managed by someone who is not of color. But the fact of the matter is we have to build those relationships. And those relationships don't necessarily mean I need to know the banker. If Rocky know the bank, he can introduce me to the banker.
Amen.
You know, and then when I go to the banker, I can't walk in there and tell him to give me some money and I got a 400 credit score. I got to get ready. You know, to get on, I got to
I thought you started off with like 420. I thought they gave you that.
They gave you 420.
But it's like we were talking. When you do put your money over there and build that relationship, you need to tell them what you expect.
That's right.
My money is here.
That's
This
right.
is what I expect. But when you build that relationship, that's what you need to ask for. But as all of us has said, we have to build the relationship amongst each other first.
Absolutely. And I wanted to say this. It was troubling for me to listen to some of the things I heard on the original panel.
They're all facts.
Yeah. And it was troubling to hear the response.
No, so what was troubling? Point it out. I mean, let's not.
So the young lady that had the beautiful hat on that was sitting where Bobby was sitting.
A-Cash.
She said that she didn't feel compelled or obligated, and she felt she resented. She didn't say this, but I could tell.
No, don't tell. Say what she said.
She said people are shamed because they're pressured to spend money with the people within their culture, and that troubled me because that's what every other culture is compelled to do, but you feel pressured because we ask you to participate in our economic struggle with us.
This is what I gotta have, and I want to get something from all of y'all before we get ready to go. I believe in black business. I'm a black business owner, but I like I'd rather support a good business.
Absolutely.
Than a black business.
You can find a good one.
Seriously, no, because what if the black business ain't no good? That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I mean. Just because you black and been and you sell clothes, if your stuff ain't right, man, I can't go to you. I can't.
Well, how many of us up here think our business is not good?
No, I'm not saying us in particular, but you got to think. We got to look at the totality. You guys are here as pillars, number one, because for lack of better words, we use a Drake. Now you started from the bottom, now you're here. We all, went there. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have you guys on, because you can give us a perspective from here, but we also have to think about the people that are just starting out.
You said something earlier to Sharonda. You said something about the younger generation of stylists and how they're competing, and she said they pretty much have a community. So you have to me, and I'm with Rocky. I wholeheartedly disagree. I think you have a responsibility to put money back into your community, because again, if you don't take anything away from here, take away generational wealth.
Right.
Because your kids, and your kids will continue to work for other people if we don't build our own wealth within our own community. So I think even if the business is bad, you give something, and even if the something you give is advice.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Because everybody started somewhere, because maybe when your radio station first started, it wasn't where it is now. So people may have said, hey, it keeps going in and out. The tuning is not good, the reception is not good, so I'm done, 97.5.
Right.
We have to give each other a chance, and we have to give critique, and we have to give advice, and we have to give support.
I understand that, and that's an awesome point. But because A-Cash is a consumer, and she's not alone, I think that we can't discount what she say.
No, right? No, I didn't mean discount what.
Take it into consideration as we're building. Because I mean, trust me, I support your business.
Absolutely.
I support your business. I can't. I ain't got.
I have 5 customers. And
I support. I think everybody up here I support their business. I ain't got. My money ain't right yet. I ain't ready to build.
But let me.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna
But let me
talk
put
about
in.
all of us in ownership.
But one thing. But I think one thing.
I miss forward.
But I think one thing we forget though, at the end of the day, one thing we can all agree upon is that we all out here to grind in order to get some money.
Absolutely.
Because here's the deal.
Absolutely.
As a consumer, the same people that talking about us that we might not be running our business right, let somebody cut your check 2 hours short. What we black folks gonna do? We gonna go OFF about our money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the same thing what business owners do about business, but here's the difference. As a business owner, we don't have a out to get our money back, but a regular employee, you have an out. You can go to the workforce commission, you can go to different places, you're going to get your money. I deal with renters every week. I get you out of my house, guess what? I'm going to go to the courthouse, I'm going in because you didn't pay, but I'm not going to get anything. And you're going to leave. Now, do I do an injustice to you as a black person and put your name on the list and say that you owe me $1,500 down to court, or I just let it go? I look at it like this. God is blessing me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to worry about that $1,500 or $800 that you didn't pay me. I'm going to let you make it. And just pray that you get it right.
With the next person.
Yeah, with the next person.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We got to wrap it up. But before we go, I would feel not right. I want to give each one of y'all about 30 seconds, 45 seconds apiece to give me your input on a black business, on what you can do better and how you can better serve your consumers.
I think as a black business owner, we can learn to listen to the consumer and the customer. But as a customer, you need to understand that that is my business. I built the business.
Okay.
I think in my particular field, the one thing that I think is missing, and I think this is across the board, I think that when I open up my doors, that person walks through the door, that's my customer, right? Man, bring customer service back. Mm-hmm. Because there's too many times you go, I was at Whataburger a couple of weeks ago, and I thank the lady for taking my order. I get up and pay. I thank the guy for taking my money. He don't say a word to me. So I think a lot of our businesses, get the information. If a customer got a complaint, deal with the complaint, but bring back customer service.
All right.
So, question again. I'm sorry. Can you ask?
Question again. Yeah. Being a black business owner, what can you do better, and what message or whatever you want to relate to your consumer?
So, black business owner, I totally agree with Sharon. Communication. The black exchange needs to be better on both ends, consumer and the business owner. The number one thing for me, my takeaway would be generational wealth. Mm-hmm. Getting other people into entrepreneur, training people, getting them to understand how this really works. So for me, generational wealth is very important.
Mr. Ford.
Well, mine's basically the same thing. I just want to be able to, my name is Eric Ford, and I want anybody to know that if you need my help, it's free of charge, because I want to save you all the trouble that I had to go through to get to where I'm at. So it's kind of like I want to reach one, teach one, and just bring you back in so you can be a part of the successful making money that you want to make, because at the end of the day, a lot of us don't understand what it really takes to get there. A lot of people don't know the rigmarole that you got to go through a bank in order to get there, and I'm willing to give you that information free. Okay. So everybody's hearing this on the panel, hearing this on the radio station. If you need my help, I'm gonna give you 100%. So it's no excuse, because like we've been talking, it's the education and the knowledge and just giving back in order to get you where you need to be.
All right, Mr. Miller.
Like I say, as a business owner, what I can do better is bring other people and educate other people. My favorite business of all my businesses is my tax business. Because through that business, I get to interact and see and deal with things that are most important to people. Mm-hmm. And I get to watch them year after year change their own circumstances by watching their income go from this to that.
Right.
And watch how that, and through that process, I get to guide them and share the information with them that allow them to change their lives. So
All right, I want to thank my Central Texas business owners and leaders. Thank y'all for being a part of Let's Get Cozy. Thank y'all for coming here and sharing information with us. And I know as an individual myself, being a black business owner, we need to do some things and come together. I hope this is a great platform for us to create an association to be able to help other people as well as ourselves. Thank y'all so much. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with our panel on Let's Get Cozy. I want to welcome y'all back to Let's Get Cozy, man. I'm back with my original cast, Rip, A-Cash, Peaches, and Bogus, and want to get y'all input on what y'all just heard from business owners, and what do y'all think? I mean, just kind of, from a consumer standpoint, from a, on the outside looking in, you see things differently.
That was a lot of knowledge. They actually probably should have did the whole show because they probably could have given some more.
Yeah, but I understand that, but we regular folk.
It's regular folk.
That's who watching. Everybody watching in the business.
I'm sitting here listening. I'm drinking, but I'm sitting here listening. You know what I'm saying? And I actually think, with all our panelists up here and, a couple of that were in the audience and probably some that's looking, it might be time to start a young black mentoring business program.
I just said that.
Just to get these young minds involved in on their own shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. And
if you're not don't have the ability to on your own shit, we have to educate people. Help me out of here on how to support each other until we can own our own stuff. Do you agree or disagree? And give me your input.
Agree or disagree with what now?
That until we can own our own stuff, how do we support the person that does?
Well, I think, that comes from again, you got to have some love for your fellow brother. Like if I see, A-Cash or Wilson and the Palmer, they in business or whatever, I'm going to support them out of love for seeing, somebody that could be, just like me. I could be in the same shoes as them, not able to, come up with enough money to be able to just go at it like I want to or whatever. So, you got to look at the struggle and, feel it. You know what I mean? If you don't feel it and you look down upon it, then that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? So I guess you got to have some empathy, so to speak. You know what I mean? And not just that, you just got to have a respect for somebody trying to, crowd, get it out the gutter. You know what I mean?
Hey, Cash, what about you? What did you, give me your overview? Because I know one of the business owners actually said something about it, so I want to give you a chance to rebut. On top of that, just give your opinion about, the whole panel.
I enjoyed the panel, and I was very happy to hear that everybody is on board with the fact that we need to educate within the community, and that so many people are acknowledging that and are now, I feel like, open to offering that educational opportunity. And to kind of refer back to, it wasn't that I feel pressured or other people feel pressured to shop within the black community, but I'm just saying if a person chooses not to, they just choose not to. I don't think it should stop your business or make you feel any type of way, because for the one that doesn't shop is 10,000 more. And I personally don't feel compelled to shop black because I'm black. Do I shop black? Yes, but it would be because it's something that I like or I want. And that's just the consumer, me talking, not black, white, purple, pink. I'm a consumer when I'm purchasing.
I would just say, for me, and I have been guilty of it in the past as a young business owner, if your door say you open from 7 to 5, be open from 7 to 5. If your sign say you got this, when I walk in, have this. You see what I'm saying? I just want us to be able to do what we say we're going to do. Because, first of all, being in a relationship, period, and when you do business with people, it's a relationship, right? You got to have trust. So every time I go to this place, if you don't have what I'm looking for, or you're not open on the times you say you open, then I lose trust in that, and then I probably won't patronize that. And I think for me, that's what I want to see us continue to do is do better and building trust with the consumer. And Adrian shaking your head, and that's fine. We got some time. You can bring your little cute self on over here to this microphone if you want to, because I don't believe I said nothing wrong. And if I did, shout out to Syntex African American Chamber. I don't know why, but
no, shout out to them because they already have something like that, but they need members.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean, they need members.
I'm just saying, I was shouting out to them. I mean,
I mean, we'll get that info out.
Okay.
I'll make sure we get that.
You said no to what I said, though. Come on.
Well, my thing is
because I think trust is important.
You have to, and what's sweetie? What's your
A-Cash.
A-Cash?
A-Cash.
No, A-Cash. I apologize. I just advise everybody to have an open mind and keep your opinion, keep your thoughts, keep your views. But I challenge you to have an open mind because, again, generational wealth. I don't know if you have children, if your children. If we don't build it, we'll continue to work for other people. Again, before we leave, how many of us are homeowners? How many of us own your storefront?
I understand that, though.
To your point,
yeah.
I'll get to you right now. To your point, when we're starting out, some of us work full time. Me
just put part-time hours up.
Hold on. So we work full time. So we have to be. See, we've arrived. You've arrived. So we have to be more understanding. So ask yourself: is this a 25-year-old single father or a husband that has a business and maybe he worked? I'm just saying we have to be more flexible.
I disagree, because if that's your business model, then start with that business model. If you're a part-time dad and you got to do other obligations, open your business for 2 hours a day or 3 hours, because then I know when I want the product or whatever it is, I have that trust to know at that particular time I'm going to go. Don't put up the sign and then you close on this day.
Or do you just walk away because maybe he was late because the kid was sick that day?
No, that day. And then you understand. But these things become a pattern. No, they become a pattern, they become habitual, and they become part of your business. And I think that's how a lot of the reason why we lose business. Because we don't do what we say. You have to build trust with your consumer. If you bought some radio advertising from me, right, and your commercial didn't run when I told them they ain't going to run, right? Okay, cool. All right, mistake. Then next week, this time it was, you see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's what I mean. It's habitual, because whoever has that business model of saying they open from 7 to 2 or 7 to 5, and then they get there at 8:30, or I had to take the kids to school. Whoever your ass was working at Home Depot or somewhere, you would have had arrangement for that, because Home Depot don't play. So treat your business just like you treat them other folks' jobs. Yeah, I was on time every day then.
If you go work for somebody, you guarantee the paycheck.
Okay, well, guess what? And if you put...
The difference in being an entrepreneur, to Eric's point, is you're not guaranteed a paycheck. So everybody can't afford to quit their job and go be a full-time or leave this. I'm just saying.
I believe somebody said something about God.
I'm not saying if it's...
Where he at? Because I believe in him. Because that's the only way I'm surviving today. You got to step out on faith.
Great. I'm not saying if it's habitual. What I'm saying is, we talked about communication and the black exchange.
Right.
I'm just saying be more understanding, because maybe it's not habitual. Maybe somebody is... Ask the question. Ask, hey, why are you late every time? Are we afraid to talk? Ask the question.
Go ahead. I just want to say, because it seems like people are misinterpreting what I'm saying. I am very open to shopping within the community with my black people. However, I do not feel compelled to spend my money somewhere where they don't have what I want, or simply I don't like what they are offering. I'm not going to spend my money just because you're black.
Right.
And that's my opinion on it.
Well, right. That's like if you're going to go get a burger, but you really want a tacos, but I'm going to go to the black burger shop. Nobody's asking you to do that.
Right.
We're saying if you're going to shop for tacos and it's the black and the other taco, even if my taco shop is 5 minutes late sometimes, give me a chance.
I might not like your taco.
For how long?
Well,
give you a chance for how long? Because if I go to the other place and it's good. This is my thing. We just have to be able to build trust with our consumers. Just like business is a relationship. Okay, I got to create a great relationship. Just like you said, I'm a little static. You go to 97.5. Then what if they like what's over at 97.5 and they stay there? I never get them back. You see what I'm saying? So when I come out, you have to build that trust. If I'm gonna be static from 6 in the morning to 10 in the afternoon, then I need to let folk know that. Then catch me at 10.
Right. I mean, if it's habitual, that's a given.
Well, but that's what happens in business.
Habitual. But that's not always the case. Sometimes
we might go a little longer in a minute.
So.
If I come to you and you half stepping, I'm not
Why am I half stepping? Would you ask the question, why am I half stepping?
Right, but I'm saying if you don't have the answers that I am looking for, because I'm gonna ask you what I want to know that has to do with what I'm shopping for.
Correct.
So if I'm shopping for something and you can't provide me with what I'm the answers that I need to spend my money. Exactly. So I'm gonna take my business elsewhere. Now, not saying that I'm gonna go to another black person. I'm gonna go to a white person.
Well, to be honest with you, I've never sold a house to a black person.
But is it the consumer?
I'm just speaking hypothetically.
But is it the consumer?
I know you might not, but I'm just speaking hypothetically though. But I'm saying as what she's saying, you're gonna spend your money where you know that you are comfortable with spending your money. I don't have to spend my money with you just because I know you.
Now hold on.
I don't have to ask a business owner why they're late or why they don't have this. As a consumer, I expect you to have it. I don't think that it's our place as a consumer or any consumer to say, why were you late opening or why don't you have this? If you don't have it, you don't have it, and you risk missing out on that dollar.
But Adrian, the great point about what you just said, these are consumers. Right. Hold on. I know.
Black off of it, but I'm a consumer.
So let me just say this.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let me say this. And so I think as a business owner, we have certain sensibilities that maybe you guys don't understand. And I want to take it back a notch and say this. Let's not say me and Adrian are in business or Bobby's in business. Or what if it's your daughter or your son in business? What if they're music producers and you don't even listen to the music that they produce? Would you buy their album?
I'm not gonna buy their album because I don't listen to that type of music. I'm gonna support I'm gonna support my son or my daughter, but that doesn't mean I have to purchase whatever the product that they have out.
Well, I'm out.
That's the difference.
I didn't purchase. Shit, if that's my son, I'm probably getting it for free.
Exactly.
But
so that's a difference.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna put more than likely I'm gonna put money behind them though.
For the panels.
More than likely, I'm gonna put money.
So how do we grow our business in our community so your children can? Because as business owners, we also provide jobs. It's not just about us filling our pocket. Because, most of us, and I'll speak for myself, when I first started, I tried to hire all black contractors. So we provide, the thing is to keep the money within the community.
So do you have all black contractors now?
But
you got good contractors, don't you?
That's not what happened.
You got good contractors, don't you? Hold on, hell no. I ain't finna get off the hook. Hell no. You got good contractors now, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the black-owned business who they representing.
But again, you had to get to that point, though, right? You had to get to that point because at first you wasn't there, right?
Which point?
That takes it's levels to it. Is that not correct?
It is, but here's the thing. Is that everything in life somebody had to give me a chance.
Exactly.
And I wasn't perfect. But whether I was playing basketball and I tried that for the team, I didn't shoot all my free throws good. I didn't shoot all my jump shots good. So the coach said, hey,
you was cold though.
And that's the thing about business is we have to give each other chances because if we don't,
I understand that.
Ladies, how do we keep the dollar in the black for your children, for your grandchildren?
I understand that.
Okay, well, answer that question.
Cool. I understand where Adrian's coming from. And I understand where she's coming from. It's just
But this is what I think we're missing This is what I think we're missing as a business owner and a consumer. I'm gonna put playing devil's advocate. I'll tell you that right now. Okay?
But let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
Can we all honestly say, McDonald's? You use McDonald's as a conglomerate.
Right. Let's hear from Mr. Ford, please.
Right. McDonald's. We all go to McDonald's, right? How many times? Come on, keep it real. How many times do you go to McDonald's and your food is not right?
Guess what I do?
All the time.
And I don't go to McDonald's.
But you keep going. You keep going.
You
forward. Hold on. You forward. Hold on.
Everybody off.
You forward.
I don't go to McDonald's.
I ain't gonna lie. Why should be right at McDonald's?
Oh, hell no. I can't let you do that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna call you a lie, but you gonna lie.
McDonald's
you don't go
they
to.
used to have that I don't go to. They used to have the billboard wrong.
Wait. Stop what you say. You said it's
I'm gonna tell you
okay,
what
hold on. We gotta wrap it up.
I used to get my order wrong, but I didn't go to that one no more.
But still.
We gotta wrap it up.
But you still win though.
No.
Other McDonald's.
No. Hold on. We gotta wrap it up. But this is my point. McDonald's open some are 24 hours, but just say for the sake of this argument, 5 o'clock in the morning, right?
Right.
Regardless, the food ain't right or whatever. When they say they open, they open. When they say they close, they close. When you go in there and ask for a Big Mac, they're not going to tell you they out. Rather,
Yeah, they will tell you that. That's a lie. No. I have been to a McDonald's and went through the drive-thru.
And they say they ain't got no Big Mac.
Their asses told me they didn't have no more buns. They told me they didn't have no more buns.
Hey, check this out.
My whole thing, listen.
Ice cream machine.
Hey, check this out.
Well, that's for damn sure. We all know
check this out,
that. That's the thing. But my thing is,
wait a minute. Let me say something. Let me say something. A lot of times when we get in discussions like this, we take it out of content.
Right.
And that's what we're doing now. But me, on a positive note, only thing we got to do is patronize more with our black people. If we patronize more with them, then you'll see the results. Because I got a friend, his name is Arthur Williams. He's not here tonight, and he was supposed to be here. But one thing I can tell you about this brother, he has brought more people, he has uplifted more people in doing business. He has uplifted more people, bringing people in and making more money. You making more money than any brother I know. He is the originator on so many different things. So I know that we can do it if we all put our mindset is to leave the negative out and bring the positive in. Meaning that if I can help you, I'm going to bring you in so I can grow.
Yeah. Well, shout out to him. I'm not going to sit here and say you brought him up. One of the reasons why I'm standing right here is because of him. Personally. I mean, personally.
Wait, Squeak. The point that I'm trying to make is that the positive side of all of this is that if we try to reach one and teach one and bring him in so that we can grow, because the more money we make as a black people, the more money a good man like you will help somebody out.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
I just want us, and this is my point in saying that, because I appreciate everybody here tonight. And I believe everybody brought up good points, and I appreciate the consumer aspect, and I don't want to discount that. But as black business owners, including myself, starting with myself, we have to build the trust with the consumer.
That's what we
want. Because right now we in cozies, right? Far as I know, this is the only black-owned bar with a liquor license in McLennan County.
Amen.
Right? But hell, how many of y'all patronize this place on the off, even on the line? Like right now, we on the line. We got 63 people right now on the line at this very second. If 63 people patronize her twice a week, guess what will happen?
Right.
But we're going to go to Ray Ray's Boom Boom Room. We're going to go to this other place where the owner can't do nothing, don't know nothing for us, and we don't support it.
Shout out to Ray Ray in the audience.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what we have to start doing. Don't tell me you don't go out. This is a damn nice spot.
And that's the point that I'm
trying to make. Hold on. I mean, you want to bring your bottle in, have a house party. But when you want to go out to, like, you take your ass to Dallas to the bars and spend $12 on the drink and be happy to tell your friends, oh, we went to Dallas and we spent $60 in gas, $100 in the hotel, and another $200 on drink. Well, guess what? You could have had that. And I understand. Do that. Treat yourself sometime. But when you're in your own backyard, why not support the people that do it?
Support us more, though. Not just support us more.
I said that some people logged up. I guess they got mad.
Clear up why.
Go ahead.
I think the thing is you have to clear up why the support isn't there. I think that's something that the business owners may need to tap into. Like, hit the streets, ask questions. You know, what can I offer you guys to get you in here?
But that's, to me, I think that's.
Ask us what we want as the consumer. Ask us what we want.
No. I guess what I'm saying, we shouldn't have to ask you why when we the only black. Like he made a valid statement. She's the only black-owned business that serves liquor. There's no other reason why to come and support her except that she's the only one. There's no other reason why. She don't have to justify that, but we know that we can come here and buy liquor where you have to go. We go to La Fiesta and spend.
I don't disagree, but we are missing some people, and I want to know why. I honestly want to know why. I've wondered that for years. I love this establishment. It's clean. I can go use the bathroom with no worries. I love it, but I also wonder why we are missing the black people here in this town, and I do question it, and I want to know that.
Okay. All right, we got to wrap it up, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Before we go, Rip, your best 30 seconds on today's show.
Well, we want to appreciate, I appreciate all you business owners coming out and telling it like it is. I bought, you know what I'm saying, my first pack of cigarettes out of Ep4. That's
right. Out of Clemson's Corner. You bought that first pack. Out of Clemson's Corner. 1313 East Waco Drive.
Clip the street.
Just playing. But yeah, you know, we appreciate y'all coming out. You know what I mean? Everybody out there, we appreciate y'all watching. I hope we've expanded your thoughts and views on black businesses and how it pertains to how you should treat them. You know what I mean?
All right, A-Cash, your best 30 seconds, your takeaway from today's show.
I just love the different perspectives. I enjoy a good kind of back and forth. I learned a lot as a future business owner, consumer, all of that. I enjoyed all of it. There are no hard feelings. I am very open to shopping within the black community. I love my black people, and I enjoyed the panel.
Peaches, your best 30 seconds takeaway from today's show.
I enjoyed you guys as well. A lot of knowledge in the room tonight. I hope that you guys are open to, as you sat here and said that you are open to share. I hope that's who you are in real life. That's all I got.
They are, and I'm gonna make sure of it because we're gonna start some things after this. This show impregnated a great idea, and we got to bring it to birth.
Again, like I said, I hope that you are who you are in real life.
Bogus.
I'd like to say also, thanks to all the panelists and all the other black businesses out there who weren't able to come. A lot of knowledge. I'm already in talks with somebody right now about some things, and it's just it's good to have these talks. It's good to agree, disagree, and we can just grow from there. But that black mentoring program, I'm not obligated to say her name, but we're gonna see about getting that out. We might need a part 3, man, later on down the line.
Yeah, we will, and we definitely gonna get that out.
That information out there because there's a lot of information, a lot of black young entrepreneurs that are trying to do some things don't know, and it'll be good to get that information out to them. So, thanks a lot for y'all.
All right, y'all, on behalf of the staff here, Let's Get Cozy, man, I want to appreciate everybody watching. I want to appreciate everybody who called. I'm looking at the live feed right now. Appreciate everybody comment. And I want to really appreciate Sharonda, Adrian, Rocky, Bobby Touchstone, and Ep4. Y'all took time out of y'all schedules to come and be a part of this, and I want to let y'all know that it helps. So thank you guys very much. Thank you guys for watching, and until next Thursday, let's get cozy.
Touchstone, a cousin. We need to talk.